of the obvious joys of this job is going out and watching yachts racing, but the downside, of course, is not being on one. And it's made even worse when one of your colleagues is out there flying along at the head of the fleet. Camera operator Linda McLennan was one of two Kiwis on board the record-breaking catamaran Rogntudjuuu, racing from Auckland to Noumea. The other was McGowan, joining an otherwise French crew for his first taste of ocean racing. And he describes the ride of his life.
We left an hour early to check out the sails, get to know each other since none of us had sailed together. A bit scary starting a big race and not having sailed with any of the guys. Before the start, we hoist the new mainsail, and the batten cars, where they meet the mast slides, weren't working. Kiwi ingenuity, screwdriver and a ring spanner and a pair of vice grips and a lot of grunting fixed the problem. We decided on a cautious approach. Hang back, let the gun guys do their thing. Travelling at 25 knots, you don't really want to get mixed up with little boats doing 10 knots. Everybody was going for the windward position. We just bore away and went rather quick.
21.5. Yeah. Good. See you in Noumea.
Spectator boats had a bit of trouble keeping up. It was good. It was a good start.
Yes. A bit stressful. Driving at 23 knots between all the boats. It's a bit of a stress.
We all sort of took turns taking the helm just to get the feel of the boat. Still sitting on well over 20 knots. I don't think we'd gone under 20 knots by that stage. Takes a bit to get used to, and a lot of people that step off keel boats have trouble with getting your head around that. The apparent wind angle is so important on a multi-hull that goes so quick. But once you get the hang of it, it's a buzz. It really is a buzz.
11 knots of wind and nearly 17 knots of speed.
Rogntudjuuu is my second boat I have built. I have made build for me. This one was built in Melbourne three and a half years ago. The idea for this one was spending more racing time for a few years. And, so we made quite a racing boat with some accommodation and mainly ocean passage ability with a big, good cabin, good accommodation.
Once we got north of North Cape, the seas chopped up a little bit, and it did not slow the boat down. It just kept charging. It was just launching off one wave into the next, through the next, over the next, through the next. I just loved it. It was like, give me more. I think we had 3 reefs in by the stage. Call of nature was one of the hardest parts to deal with. If the wind wasn't obliging for the guys over the side to leeward, which usually come back at you, anything more serious than that, you required a trip to the port hull. You got to time it right with the helmsman to bear away. He gives the nod, you run.
Just doing the paperwork.
Unfortunately, with the warmer weather, the wind dropped. And in a boat with the potential of Rogntudjuuu, doing 0.0 knots is quite frustrating. An average of 3.2 knots for a 24-hour period is not good, but that's sailing.
We need some paddle.
Breeze swung northeast, approaching the lagoon entrance, and it looked as though we would have to tack to get in the in the entrance, but the tide obliged and just swept us through nicely. The boat speed was double the wind speed. And real buzz. Good way to finish.
Hey! Half an hour late.
First offshore race, second offshore passage. Wouldn't want to be on any other boat. Absolute animal when it gets going. One of the safest boats I've sailed on. Goes through the wave, comes out like a dog, it shakes its head and just charges after the stick again. Philippe wanted a line on his contender and he certainly got that.
Aaron McGowan is now sailing again on Rogntudjuuu, this time from Noumea to Mooloolaba, in another race also organised by Auckland's Royal Akarana Yacht Club. Linda McLennan and her camera have joined the yacht Maverick 2, the Greg Elliott-designed boat on which is to produce a feature about campaigning a high-performance Kiwi yacht. And we hope to feature that in Sail NZ in a fortnight.